Hello there YouTube, it's your boy B3, back with another kicking graphic novel review. Today we are looking at Mother Panic, Volume 2, Under Her Skin, by Jody Houser, John Paul Leon, Sean Crystal, Dave Stewart, and Jean-Francois Bellier. I don't know. But it's from DC's Young Animal imprint, which was a mature reader's imprint at DC, kind of around the time Rebirth started. And I really love Young Animal. I adore it. Mother Panic was the best book nobody was reading. It's disgusting to me that it only got 2 volumes. I mean, holy shit. It's an incredible, incredible book. It's super queer, too, which, you know, is a huge plus for me. Queer is in both weird and super gay, you know, because I'm both those things, and I loved it. But, yeah, I think she deserved far better than she got. I know she got the special with Batman for Milk Wars and the AD series. I haven't read the AD, but I've read everything else. This was like the best book nobody was reading, just like Gwenpool over at Marvel. Just incredible books that no one cared about and got canceled when they shouldn't have. Just let me read you the back of the book real quick. Burning down the house. Before she was Violet Page, the wild child toast of Gotham City social scene, and before she was Mother Panic, the white-clad terror of its richest, most untouchable criminals, she was 17, a tortured experimental subject in the sinister institution known as Gather House. There she was broken in mind and body, meshed with cybernetic implants, and brutally shaped into the ultimate fighting machine, till she turned on her masters and broke free to become Gotham's most violent vigilante. But while Gather House is gone, its ghosts remain. The implants that give Violet her extraordinary powers are starting to freeze up, leaving her dangerously and unpredictably vulnerable in combat. Meanwhile, an old classmate, whom she thought was long dead, has resurfaced, bringing bad memories with her, all while new serial killers are preying upon Gotham citizens, and the Batman is steadily working towards uncovering her secrets. Can Mother Panic solve the riddles of her past and put Gather House behind her once and for all? Or will her one-woman war on the 1% come crashing down around her? Find out in Mother Panic Volume 2, Under Her Skin, the latest chapter in the action-packed series from acclaimed creative team of Jody Houser, John Paul Leon, Sean Crystal, and young animal mastermind Gerard Way collects issues 7 through 12. And I gotta tell you, I loved it. I loved every second of it. Well, not every second. There's one thing I didn't like in this book. But, there's this new supervillain, and he like wears a Gotham City coroner body bag, and he has twin pistols. And his whole thing is, when society thinks someone in the news is like weak, he'll put them through something horrible, and if they survive it, then he'll be like, then they'll see how strong you are. I'm doing this for you. You know, it's a very Gotham City villain thing. We've seen the Joker do that. We saw that one villain with like the alien helmet in Detective Comics do this, pretty much the same thing, all about making the hero stronger. That's like Hunter Zolomon's whole thing, you know. That's Zoom's whole thing. But he has this thing where he like draws a chalk outline of someone on the ground before he kills them. But there's like this one of the girls that was taken by Gather House and put in that fucked art installation in the last volume, which we reviewed like forever ago, I think. Like forever ago. You know, she spends time in the hospital, and her parents are telling her it's time to go back to school. This coroner kills her parents in an effort to kind of show people how strong she is. And this little girl's kind of also tied to Mother Panic, you know? And we also start to see that Mother Panic's mom, maybe she doesn't have dementia. It seems like experiments were done on her, too. And she's kind of like, she can kind of see things. She's clairvoyant in a way, past, future, and she can kind of see things that are happening to Violet as they're happening to her, even when she's not there. And it's odd. It's good, but it's odd. And it's not fully explained in the course of this. We find out that, you know, her surgeon has a crush on her, you know, and she's becoming tied to this little girl, and there's all the just excellent art you would expect from Mother Panic. I like how she's not like super sexualized in this, which I think is good. like her outfit isn't showing off her butt, and she's not drawn with like her butt and breast facing the reader the whole time. And I wanted to mention that because that's going to be relevant again in Milk Wars, you know? And then she has, Ratcatcher, and he's helping her find people, and, this madman is doing stuff. Violet needs the surgery to help her. But then she kind of does this thing where she goes on a talk show, because there was this scandal with her where she shot her dad. Because she thought her dad was going to basically let the guy they were on a trip with have his way with her. So there's some rapey trigger warnings here. And the dad was like, "No, Violet, I would never do that. I'm going to let him do that to your mom." And so she shot him. She murdered her dad to prevent him from basically just selling her mom to have horrible things done with her. And then she goes on a talk show, and she kind of spins a false but traumatic story that she thinks will make her a target of this madman, and it completely works. And she starts beating the snot out of him, and then when it's time to really beat him, her implants act up, and then Batman comes and saves the day. And it's like, I didn't want to see Batman save the day. DC has 500 books where Batman saves the day every Wednesday. This is her book. Let her save the day. Batman saves the day in Batman Detective Comics, his 2 million spin-offs, Justice League, whatnot. Like, let Violet have her day. And I know this was to kind of connect her with Batman. It shows that he knows her secret identity, because of course he does. Violet is becoming kind of the rock in this one little girl's life. And that little girl does end up, it seems like, going to stay with her eventually. Eventually, not within this book. But it turns out Mother Panic was what they called like the evil nun that turned her into a cyborg. She's kind of adopted that name to strike that same fear into criminals that was struck into her. And we also get the reveal that she burned down Gather House, which is very interesting. She burned down Gather House with everyone still in it, including the students, and then ran, which is really insane. But anyways, she gets her implants fixed, but she still really shouldn't be running around jumping off rooftops and stuff. But she finds an old flame from Gather House, this kind of best friend girlfriend. And God, the art is great. There's this one artist that works on this book, and I don't like how they draw fingers. But still, it's good art. And so, she has a bad history with this woman, because even though they were kind of lovers, she did turn on her, and they ended up kind of maybe turning on each other and all this crazy stuff. And she's the reason that Violet ended up having to get implants. But it also seems like she has an abusive husband. And then it turns out that evil artist lady is controlling her, because that's what the Gather House people are supposed to be, like mind-controlled assassins. And she's using that to get to Violet. And even though Violet doesn't kill anymore, it's crazy. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there, because I want you to go see what finally happens at the end of this book, which does also lead into Milk Wars. And we also do have the side story with the, alt-right, radical, anti-Batman guy, which is pretty good. But yeah, this is a really good book. You should read both volumes of Mother Panic. It's incredible. I did read Milk Wars, mostly for her, even though it was all that other Young Animal stuff. So definitely check out Mother Panic. You have to read it. You have to read it. But that's it. Thank you once again for your support, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.